Dr. Douglas Robinson, Campbell Podiatry. If you find this video to be helpful, please subscribe. By you subscribing, it can help other people get to the end of whatever has recently inflicted them with foot or ankle pain. So I'd like to talk to you about VAS and price, what to do after a foot or ankle injury. You just injured your foot or ankle. Maybe you twisted your ankle. Maybe you fell. Maybe you can barely put weight on your foot. So sorry. One of the first questions I'm going to ask is, how much does it hurt? Not just, it hurts a lot. I want you to give me a number. That's where VAS, the visual analog scale, comes in. Let's put a value to your pain. Let's rank your pain. 0 to 10. 0 is no pain. 10 is the worst pain you can imagine. Here's where that number is so important. Once you put a value to your pain, we can track it. Maybe today you're at an 8 out of 10. The injury just happened. After treatment, you're at a 5, then a 3, eventually a 1. That's progress. With treatment, we hope to bring that value down. And that number isn't coming down. That tells us something too. Maybe we need to reassess your injury. Maybe we need to change the treatment. So remember, put a value to your pain, rank it, and follow the trend. Now, what to do with a significant acute injury? Here's an easy word to remember: price. P-R-I-C-E. Protect. This is called a cam walker. Protection may look something like this. This is a pneumatic cam walker that you can pump up to bring compression. Sometimes it's not so bad, and we can get by using a surgical shoe or a trauma shoe. Depending on the injury, it might also mean brace, crutches, or reducing how much weight you're putting on the foot or ankle. The idea is simple. Don't keep aggravating the injury while your body's trying to heal it. R, relative rest. I like the term relative rest. It doesn't necessarily mean lying on the couch and doing absolutely nothing. It means backing off the activity that's causing the pain and giving the injured tissue an opportunity to recover. I is for ice. Ice for a fresh injury. Ice can be helpful for short-term pain relief. Protect your skin. Don't ice any more than 10 minutes at a time. If you go beyond that, you're texting, you're not paying attention to the time at all, you can easily burn your skin, and that burn can be worse than the initial injury. I know because it's happened to me twice. So just ice for relatively short periods of time. And remember, more isn't necessarily better. C is for compression. We will put a compression stocking on you, which provides even compression. I think this is the best. An alternative is using an ACE wrap. Problem with an ACE wrap is you may wrap one loop around snug, another loop loose, another one snug. It's not always consistently, comfortably snug throughout, and then it kind of defeats the purpose. And by the way, ACE wrap stands for a compression elastic. You might get a test on that. But all this compression can help manage the swelling. That might mean an elastic wrap, as I showed, compression sleeve, or an appropriate support. Sometimes we'll put an Una boot on you if you're really swollen. E is for elevation. If your foot or ankle is significantly swollen, get it elevated when you can. Ideally, elevate above the level of your heart. Now, when you're in bed, ideally, instead of putting pillows on top of the mattress, you'll likely kick them out of the way. They don't stay in place. Best is to get a pillow from your couch, lift the mattress up at the foot of the bed and put it on the foot of the bed between the mattress and the box spring. That way it will stay elevated, and that will help keep it elevated above your heart. Gravity will assist to bring the swelling down. Sometimes price is just the beginning, depending upon the injury. We may recommend additional treatment to help you recover. One treatment we may offer is class 4 laser therapy. No pain at all when doing this. Our goal is to help reduce your pain, swelling, and inflammation, and help you return to activity as quickly and safely as possible. And this brings us right back to the visual analog scale. We want to know, is that number coming down? You may start at an 8 out of 10, then maybe you're a 6 out of 10, then a 4, then a 2. That's exactly why we put a value to your pain. We're not just asking, do you feel better? We're tracking your progress. Now put VAS and price together. You injured your foot or ankle? Ask yourself, what's my pain right now? Give it a number. Maybe it's an 8. Write it down. Now, protect, relative rest, ice, compression, elevation, and keep checking that number. An 8 becoming a 6, then a 4, then a 2 tells us you're moving in the right direction. But an 8 that stays an 8, or 8 becomes a 9, it's telling us something very different. We have to lean into it, why that's happening. Are you following the recommendation? Is the problem worse than what we initially saw? Sometimes there's a fracture that you can't initially see on a baseline x-ray. 2-3 weeks later, we'll start seeing the bone modeling, repairing, and that's when we really see, hey, you actually did break this. If you can't pair a weight, if there's significant swelling or deformity, you have numbness or discoloration, or the pain is severe or getting worse, or you're simply not improving. Don't just keep treating it yourself. Get it evaluated. And remember, put a value to your pain. Rank your pain. With treatment, we hope to bring that value down. Use price to protect the injury, track your progress, and make sure you're moving in the right direction. Really important that you're not feeding the devil, you're actually feeding the angel, and that you're getting better. I really hope that this helps your injury. If you've got an acute injury, you're limping, it's like severe, call us. We can usually get you in a very, very short period of time. I'm hoping you won't feel compelled to go to the emergency room and spend hours waiting and waiting and waiting. Call us or call your doctor. Get in soon, especially if you're limping. I'm Dr. Douglas Robinson. Please take care of yourself and each other.